Today, let's look at 5 ridiculously useful Chrome extensions for web designers. These are the very Chrome extensions we use in our agency in order to provide a high quality of service and generally be more efficient. Hi, my name is Lee Matthew Jackson. I'm the host of the Trailblazer FM podcast, and I'm proud to be a Cloudways maverick. Today, let's look at 5 extensions you need in your agency to deliver awesome websites. Before we dive in, let me describe what development was like before we found these extensions. We were constantly messing with our browser settings to clear caches and change configuration. In the end, the sites we developed didn't necessarily look like what we designed. That kind of sucks. When exploring font options and trying to get inspiration, it was really awkward going into the inspect tool and seeing what other people were doing. Again, using the inspect tool, we were trying to make CSS changes to preview what things might look like before we committed it to code. Super time intensive. And finally, we were finding it difficult to give feedback to our development team on the work that they were doing. Today, with these awesome Chrome extensions, we have now won the battle of the browser. We can ensure that sites we develop look like they were intended. We've easy access to font inspiration from around the internet. We are able to change the CSS of sites we're working on visually and quickly, then export the code, saving loads of time. And we now have a simple process for giving feedback to our developers on what they're working on. All of these extensions are completely free, and you should be able to use them on any Chromium-based browser. Case in point, I use Edge, and all of these work directly from the Chrome App Store. Number 1 is the Web Developer extension. This is an extension that will sit in your toolbar and give you tons of options, allowing you to control the browser experience. You can disable CSS, JavaScript, you can clear your cache, you can do so much with it that normally you'd need to go and root through the settings to do. This allows you to test multiple use cases to ensure what you're delivering will work, will look awesome, and will be efficient. The next extension is Perfect Pixel. This allows you to overlay the actual design on top of the website that you're developing. This means you no longer have to squint or get a piece of paper to see if things are lining up. Instead, you can overlay the actual design, you can change the transparency, and work out whether or not what you are developing is true to the original design. This literally allows you to provide pixel perfect websites. The next tool is WhatFont. Instead of going into the inspect tool when you're looking at other websites for inspiration, you simply hover. Hover over the text and it will give you the information you need, not only the font but things like color and other CSS elements you may be interested in. Next, we move on to StyleBot. This is a cool extension that allows you to manipulate the site that you are looking at visually. You can use the toolkit to change colors, spacing, and so much more visually without a line of code. And once you've finished, you can export the CSS code that it generates and plop that into your project, just like that. Plop. It's wonderful. I've tried to do this with the inspect tool many times, and I have to keep going through each element, trying to remember what I changed and copying and pasting it out into my editor. That sucks. Whereas this is a visual, fast, effective way of styling something that I can see right in front of me and then exporting that. And finally, we have Awesome Screenshot. Very often, as one of the quality assurance folks in our business, I'll receive a site from one of our developers. I'll be comparing both the design and what they've developed, and I want to be able to give easy feedback. I can do that with Awesome Screenshot. This allows me to take a screenshot of just a part of a page or the entire thing, and then I can mark it up with all of the relevant feedback before I save and send that to the developer. Ridiculously simple tool, all built into the browser, so no third-party software. Those were just 5 tools that we find ridiculously useful in our agency. Why not hit us up in the comments below and let us know what tools you use in Chrome that are an absolute lifesaver. Down below in the description is a link to our agency resource pack. Be sure to check that out because that will help you grow your agency. Whilst you're down in the comments, Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification icon. If you liked this video, give us a like so we know to create more like this. And if we don't see you in the comments, well, why don't we see you in the next video?